Previously, on Higurashi When They Cry Kai, Chapter 6. Rena ate a massive amount of desserts too, but her stomach seemed to be just fine. Are you calling Rena a cow? Just like Keiichi-kun said, the clouds in the sky were growing darker. It might start raining hard. Trouble at home? There's a station wagon buried in the trash pile. It doesn't have tires, but other than that, it still looks like a station wagon. This station wagon is my secret hideout. My mother was a very busy woman. The harder she worked, the more of her work was valued, and she kept getting promoted. She sought to go higher and higher. She was always shining, and she was my hero. The brown-haired guy? Why are you bringing him up? Yeah, him. You're not having an affair with this guy, are you? Compared to my father's low salary, my mother was earning enough money to support a family of 3 and still have some left over. I kind of realized it from the way she spent money. The greater position she achieved, the more she spent time with people at her level. All of them were bright and talented. Compared to them, my father might have looked unattractive to her. I feel real bad for your father right now. After that, I spent many days without feeling anything. I didn't know if the days were long or short. I didn't know which season I was living in. Can somebody just please open a freaking portal to my monitor so I can just jump right in and give this girl a hug? Please? When I was about to reach that very last resolution, that's when it happened. Wasn't it? Urashiro-sama came to me. I freaking called it. I did everything I could to make my father smile, but I failed. On the other hand, Rina-san could put a big smile on his face so easily. I had to thank Rina-san. I have to thank her for cheering up my father. But I don't know why. I just don't like her perfume. And so it continues. Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Higurashi When They Cry Kai, Chapter 6. So, I'm still trying to figure out when exactly we are within the grand timeline of the question arcs. But I imagine it can't be too far behind the Watanagashi Festival, like maybe at the most 5 days, if I had to guess. I'm just pulling a random number out of my ass here. I really don't know for sure how far away from the festival we are. But given how events are currently playing out, I still can't quite figure out if this answer arc, excuse me, is the answer to Chapter 1's events or 3's. I guess I should just keep playing and find out that way. So, let's do it.
Oh, 来た来た。おはよう、Rena.
Well, I didn't sleep well last night on account of being stuck in my head for a good while. Okay, this scene does feel familiar, so I want to say Chapter 1.
普段を棚にあげるわけじゃないが、俺が朝の待ち合わせでレナに勝つなんて珍しいこともあるもんだぜ。
No, no, maybe it's just... No.
レナ、今朝はちょっとお寝坊した。昨べ寝つかれなくってね。
レナもか？実は俺もなんだよ。昨日の大騒ぎの余韻がずーっと残っててさ、布団に入っててもなかなか眠くならなくて夜が長く感じたぜ。
Yesterday, I had a lot of fun with my friends and went home still riding that high. I was too full to eat dinner. I kept talking to my parents about the great time I had over the past few days. I was so pumped that I couldn't go to sleep. Kind of sounds like I'm a little kid. But given that Rena seemed to be the same way, I felt better about it. No, I felt better isn't the right way of phrasing it. I should say I'm glad to know that we shared the same feeling. Rena went treasure hunting after I left. I'm sure she found many adorable things, went home, and talked to her parents about how great the day was.
あ、みーちゃんだ。
Hello, Mion. Did you sleep well?
おお、ミオンが先に待ってるなんて、今日は雪が降るかもな。
Okay, I'm positive I've heard Keiichi say this somewhere. Fuck, why can't I place where I remember hearing it?
人が珍しく先に待ってりゃそういうこと言うわけ？
それを言ったら私より先に待ってたケイチ君も珍しいよ。雪が降るかもね。
人のこと言えないね。
It's going to be another happy day today. I had fun the day before yesterday. I had fun yesterday. So I'm going to have fun today for sure. I'm happy, and Mion is happy too. Of course, Rena and my other friends are equally happy. I'm not afraid to say it. And I wish these happy days would last forever.
なあミオン、今日は何をして遊ぼうな。
今日の部活？何がいいだろうね。レナは提案ある？
そうだね。昨日おとといと体を使うゲームが続いたから、今日はあまり体に激しくないゲームがいいな。
I'm currently leaning towards Chapter 1 regarding this whole conversation. 'Cause if memory vaguely serves, doesn't this specific conversation lead to somebody suggesting the picnic?
そうだな。レナの言うのも一理あるぜ。部活は肉体勝負だけが全てじゃねえだろ。
もちろん。心技体すべての要素において完璧であってこそ部活メンバーだからね。じゃあ今日は何かテーブルゲームで遊ぶことにしよう。
Everybody was early this morning. We could enjoy our walk to school for once. After a while, we started talking about the upcoming festival. They told me that the festival was called Watanagashi, and that it's the biggest event of the year in Hinamizawa.
そうだそうだ。昨日沖宮の家に親類が集まっていろいろと話が出たんだけどさ、ケイちゃんの話題が出たんだよ。
Oh?
俺？園崎家の重鎮が集まって一体何の相談だよ。
Probably something not very flattering.
いやさ、昨日のエンジェルモートでのケイちゃんの活躍を見てた店長の吉郎おじさんがさ、ケイちゃんのことを相当気に入っちゃったみたいでさ、それでいろいろと話を聞いてみたら、他の親類も意外にケイちゃんのことを知ってる人が多いんだよね。
Performance yesterday can't be at school because why would your uncle be there at lunch to watch a water gun fight? So maybe it's in reference to that gaming tournament from Chapter 2. So a mix of these events, maybe?
ひなみ沢の名物男みたいな言われようだったよ。
名物男ってのはまた微妙な称号だな。その称号の9割方はミオンの罰ゲームに関係があるような気がするぞ。
Honestly, I'd be shocked if that wasn't the case.
それだけじゃないけどさ、ノリもいいし元気があって無鉄砲なところも今時の若い子にしては感心感心とみんなベタ褒めだったよ。
I felt a bit embarrassed to know that people I haven't even met were speaking well of me.
でね、今後の綿流しのお祭りで何かで活躍してくれないかなって話が出てね。
Prostrate myself?
ケイちゃん目立つこととか好きでしょ？
Okay, prostrate myself.
おいおいおいおい、本人不在で勝手に話を進めるな。俺は孤独と静寂を愛するロンリーガイだぜ。
Keiichi, try harder.
誰がロンリーガイだ？ローンボーイの間違いでしょ？
はあ、ローンってケイチくん。お金に困ってるなら協力するよ。は
うおー、そこまで財布事情に困ってねえし、レナも真に受けてそんな目で見るな。
Money talk isn't inherently nasty, you silly little boy. We really were still feeling the after effects of yesterday. Mion and I made a lot of noise teasing each other on the way to school. Rena watched us and laughed happily. And good morning to you, Satoko and Rika. Satoko and Rika-chan were already there when we arrived at school. They were also full of energy. Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun were too. From that, I can tell that they also had a good time yesterday. Everybody has been having a good time, really. You sure are putting a lot of emphasis on how good of a time everybody's having this time around. It's really starting to make me wonder if something particularly catastrophic is going to happen in this chapter. In Hinamizawa, everybody is happy.
まだ引っ越してきて1年も経ったわけじゃないけどさ。
ん？どうしたの突然。
いやさ、ひなみ沢に引っ越してきて俺幸せに。
どうしたのケイちゃん、急に臭いこと言い出して。
レナにはわかるよ。ひなみ沢に引っ越してきて全てが幸せになった気持ちよくわかる。この村にはね、きっと人を幸せにする魔法がかかってるんだと思うから。
If only it just chose to stay at happy.
レナは幸せか？
うん。レナはひなみ沢に引っ越してきてからが毎日幸せだよ。
Considering everything I've seen yesterday, hearing you say that is just kind of hard to listen to, honestly. Like, seriously, Rena, you don't need to lie to yourself. There are just some days where we just feel like shit about things. Whether it's life in general or certain aspects of it, like, it's okay to be sad once in a while.
そうだな。そいつは俺もだ。
Oh, wait, you were saying that was also fine.
ちょっと
Fine to be sad once in a while yesterday, last episode, weren't you? Never mind.
なんかおじさんだけのけ者っぽくない？ブーブー。
Still, you clearly need a hug. The sky was clear, and the few thin clouds were pure white. The cry of the cicadas was telling me that summer would be coming earlier than usual. Watanagashi is just around the corner. I'm sure we'll have great fun at the festival, too. There will be more and more fun days to come. I'm sure of it. Summer is just around the corner. here we are, back to Rena. The last class of the day was finally over, meaning that it was time for club activities. I was sure it would be fun. I couldn't wait. But then Mi-chan received a call and told us something had come up and she had to go. So we didn't have a club meeting today. I was really looking forward to it. There was nothing I could do, but I could at least chat with Keiichi-kun on the way home. It'll be fun. Keiichi-kun sometimes says mean things, but he's very funny. When I chat with him, my depression goes away. Wait, what did I just say? That your depression that you're trying very hard not to acknowledge goes away? Am I depressed? I have so much fun every day, and I'm as happy as I can be. What did I have to be depressed about? Well, there's your whole family situation, number one. Well, it was obvious. Because of Rina-san, my father is happy now. Before he met her, he was like a lamp in broad daylight. Honestly, he was like the living dead. But after he met Rina-san, he started to smile like he used to when he was living with my mother. He enjoyed talking with her and started going out with her. You could probably say they went on dates. Now, he looks 20 years younger. Rina-san gets along with my father very well. And she's very kind to me, too. There's actually no reason for me to hate her. But the bitter memories of my parents' divorce and my many regrets were gradually eating away at my heart. Was it okay to accept that woman? Rina-san might be the same as how Uncle Akihito turned out to be. Is she the enemy who takes away my happiness away with her very existence? With or without bad intentions? Am I going to sit around until everything collapses again? Should I fight the enemy before it's too late? Ideally, I would wish you wouldn't have to fight anybody at all. Rina-san comes to my house a little too obviously. Since my father started letting her stay the night, many of her belongings have turned up in the house. My father and I don't smoke, but there's an ashtray in the living room. The futon in our guest room is hers now. In the bathroom, there's a toothbrush and shampoo I'd never choose to buy. I started to feel awkward about those things. And that's when I started noticing it at the front door when I came home from school. Her perfume. I asked my father once if he was thinking about getting married to Rina-san. He looked a little embarrassed, perplexed, and confused. He told me, not yet. He knew I was hurt by the divorce. That's probably why he couldn't admit that he wanted to remarry. Well, if that's the case, I really can't fault him for being hesitant on telling you what he really wants. I mean, if I was in his position, I'd be kind of scared to tell you too. Because, you know, you'd be my child and all, and I already know that what happened before clearly had a massive impact on you. That's why he said, not yet. He'd consider it, but not while I was still living with him. That's what he meant, I guess. In other words, you're probably thinking in the back of your mind that your father can only experience true happiness if you are out of the equation. That's not the conclusion you're going to come to, is it? Please say no. There's only one reason why I don't want him to get remarried to Rina-san. I feel offended at my sanctum. My family is being invaded. I might be being selfish, though. I know keeping my father all to myself means keeping him miserable like he was before he met Rina-san. Rina. He has a life to live, too. It's his right to heal from the pain from the divorce, and to live, to find his new love. He wouldn't have had to go through that painful life if I prevented the divorce from happening in the first place. He has a right to a happy new life that lets him forget the pain he never deserved. And I don't have any right to stop him. In fact, I have an obligation to try to return his happiness to him. I have to pay for my sin, my inability to prevent his divorce. That wasn't your fault, Rena. You're tugging at my heartstrings. Then, what should I do to make both of us happy? It wouldn't be that difficult. All I need to do would be to give my silent approval of their relationship. My father tells me he won't get married while we live together. That means I should stop leaning on my family, be strong, and live on my own as soon as I can. God damn it. Although that doesn't mean I can tell him not to go out with her until that day. Rina-san comes to our house to see him despite her busy schedule, and she even stays the night whenever her shifts permit. They're adults. I have no right to say anything against that. That's why. That's why I choose to give my silent approval to their relationship, and tried to see her as little as I could. I get along with Rina-san on the surface. I know my father would have a hard time keeping face if we didn't. But it's a very exhausting and painful thing to get along with a person I don't really like. So whenever Rina-san comes over, I spend as much time as possible outside, then head home late. Michan's club activities are the most convenient things to do to kill time. But there are some days we don't have a club meeting. On those days, I while away my time at the garbage dump, hunting for treasure alone. And that's how I started to make my secret hideout. My father can do whatever he wants with Rina-san at home. I don't have to see them together. I can spend my time peacefully at my hideout. I sometimes feel depressed about my life. Sometimes I sometimes want to talk to somebody about it. Honestly, if you want my opinion, it really wouldn't hurt for you to do so. Like maybe one of your friends from the club. I can't think of anyone better who you could talk to, frankly. But nothing will change, even if I talk to somebody. Maybe it won't, but talking to somebody about stuff like this, having another person being able to emphasize with your pain, your depression, your discomfort, whatever you want to call it. Knowing that they got your back, at least emotionally, it helps. It helps make it more bearable, whatever it is you're going through. Even if it's only temporary relief, it's better than no relief at all. At least that's how I see it. This is all I can really do. The most important thing for me should be to overcome the sadness of losing my family as fast as I could, and regain my own happiness. You shouldn't rush through this. Trying to rush through your grief is not good for you. All that'll do is just make you bury things deep down, and things could end up building up inside you and just wear you down over time. You gotta let things heal as fast as they need to. I have so much fun every day. I'm happy every day. Even on the way home, Keiichi-kun was talking about funny things that made me laugh. My feeling gloomy in spite of that was kind of rude. You can't help how you feel. My father should be happy. I should be happy. I just feel sad because I still can't separate from my father. Compared to the unexpectedness of the divorce, Rina-san's invasion is a very slow process. I think Rina-san understands how I feel. She treats me very kindly, but she doesn't do more than that. I think she understands that I'd feel uncomfortable if she did. I hope you're right. Because we just met this character. I don't know what to make of her. I really don't know what to make of her just yet. But I hope you're right, because, well, I want to give this Rina-san the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's a good person. But I guess only time will tell. I respect Rika-chan because she's strong even without her parents. Compared to the pain of losing both her parents unexpectedly, my problem is like nothing. I respect Satoko-chan's toughness too. She also lost her parents and was forced to live a painful life under her uncle and aunt. Compared to the cruel treatment she had to go through, my relationship with Rina-san is a blessed one. I keep feeling anxious, but that's just because I'm still immature, and because I feel like I'm not ready to separate from my father. I have to be strong like Rika-chan and Satoko-chan. I have to try my best to be happy. I'm going to live with all my might, in order to regain the peace of mind that I lost that day. My assumption that I'm not happy is just a mistake. I should appreciate the wonderful days I spend with my wonderful friends. Just by realizing that I'm happy, the world shines so brightly.
それでね、あんまりにも可愛いから、レナ、はお持ち帰りって。
やれやれ。レナは毎日を楽しく過ごすことに関しては達人だな。レ
ナは毎日が楽しいよ。こんなにも素敵な友人たちに囲まれて過ごす、こんなにも素晴らしい日々があって、どうして不幸が感じられる？
I'm getting more and more depressed by the minute.
だな。不幸なんかここにはないよ。いつまでも楽しくて不幸なことなんかとは一切無縁。
Keiichi, that's you of all people shouldn't. You didn't exactly come to Hinamizawa all that happy either, man.
それがひなみ沢ってとこなんだからよ。
I'm sorry, that line really isn't funny, but it kind of is, because holy fuck, is that so wrong. He should have stopped right there. But he just kept going.
レナが羨ましいよな。その悩み知らずな能天気さが羨ましいぜ。
はあ、バカにされてるっぽい気がする。でも毎日が楽しいなら私は能天気でもいいかな。
I don't have any worries. I feel like I do, but that's just because I'm immature and still want my father's attention. You're still a child, Rena. There's nothing wrong with that. Come on. Say the magical words. It'll cheer you up.
Huh?
It didn't make sense to say it now, but I was going to say it anyway, because this is my magical phrase that always cheers me up.
Huh? なんだよ突然。でもそれでこそレナだぜ。
That's right. This is me, Rena. I'm not Rena. Rena still wants her parents' attention. Rena is a goofy and carefree girl. I keep mixing up their damn names. It's like Mion and Shion all over again. She knows that every day is full of happiness, and she has the kind heart to appreciate it too. I should forget about icky things. I should live a wonderful life free of anything icky. Icky starts with I. And that's why I got rid of the I in Reina. I'm Rena. I'm going to recapture the happiness I lost when I left Hinamizawa. I will overcome any pain and hardship. I can be happy because I got rid of icky things. I'm sure there are only incredible things waiting for me. Oh. Incredible starts with I, too. Yeah, that's quite the conundrum, isn't it? Are you willing to get rid of incredible, too? I was almost home. And when my house appeared, I noticed something different there. There was a truck parked in front of my house. A truck? There was nothing on the back of it, but I can tell it brought something here, because I saw some cardboard boxes, blankets, and ropes on the ground. Rena's moving in, isn't she? From the front of the house, I heard voices of two young men saying, "Well, we'll be going now." They passed me by as I walked towards the front door. They were wearing some kind of work uniforms. They looked like delivery people. Looking more likely. My father was about to close the door when he noticed me.
ただいま。何かあったの？
おかえり、レーナ。見てごらん、すごいぞ。
My father looked to be in a good mood. I didn't know why he was, but whenever he smiled like that, I just wanted to smile back at him. His eyes used to look like those of a dead fish, no matter how hard I tried to smile at him. But these days, he could put on a big smile just to surprise me. He has been literally coming back to life since a year ago when we moved back to Hinamizawa. No, since he started dating Rina-san. When I see him smile like this, I'm happy. But at the same time, I feel confused, because I don't know whether I should thank Rina-san or not.
ほら、すごいだろ。
He took me to the living room. He was probably expecting me to go all, oh, and ah. So whenever there was something in the living room or not, I was ready to go oh and ah for him.
何これ?
That is a very beautiful light bulb. Look at that! It is just perfect. I could bet you get at least 10 lumens out of that thing.
どうしたのお父さん?
A tried to sound excited and surprised. He was standing behind me, probably smiling with satisfaction hearing my excited voice. I, on the other hand, was desperately trying to understand what was going on. For a moment, I thought I was in someone else's house. You see, the living room had been completely redecorated. Oh, yeah. If this doesn't make your feelings of, if this doesn't make you feel like your sanctum is being invaded any more than it already was, I don't know what will, frankly. The furniture we had was basically all from the former house in Ibaraki. My parents bought most of the furniture when they got married, so it was all old and a little dirty. Some of them still had crayon scribbles I drew when I was little, but all of that was gone. Everything in the living room had turned a pastel color, looking very sophisticated like rooms you'd seen in soap operas. The new carpet looked very tropical. The new curtains matched with the carpet. The new sofa looked very expensive. The living room in general looked like a resort hotel. Clearly, Rena makes some serious bank with her job. The channel switcher of our old TV was broken, and we used to have to use pliers to change channels. But it was gone too, replaced by a new one with a big screen. The room's lights had also been replaced by nicer looking ones. The living room looked like a totally different world under the new fluorescent lights.
すごいね、お父さん。これはどうしたの？
心機一転さ。もう引っ越してきて1年にもなるんだから、お父さんもそろそろ気分を切り替えて、新しい生活に踏み出さないとなって思ったんだよ。
I suggested redecorating the house once in order to cheer him up, because he was still in pain after the divorce. But he wasn't interested at the time. He didn't want to get rid of the old furniture he had chosen with my mother, because he still couldn't get over her even though she cruelly broke up with him. I wanted to suggest it again when the time was right. I never thought he'd do it on his own initiative. That's just the thing. Was this actually his own initiative? Or did Rena actually come around at one point and ask, "Hey, could I move in with you?" And if that's the case, and, you know, assuming I'm right about what this is all about, and honestly I don't see how I could be wrong, that just begs the question. Why is she now suddenly moving in with you?
そうだね。こんな綺麗なお部屋だと心も晴れ晴れするもんね。素敵なお部屋だと思うよ。
いいだろう。ほら、レーナ、お前、ユリースに憧れてたろ。まだ組み立ててないけど、ほら、ちゃんとあるんだぞ。はうー。お父さん、すごいすごいすごい。
これ、私がもらってもいいのかな？
こらこら、それはみんなの共用のものだから、レーナだけってわけじゃないんだぞ。
Well, he said everybody. So...
共用でも、レナが占領しちゃうからダメ。
My father explained the details of his redecoration proudly. He told me that he only did the living room this time, but he was going to redecorate all the rooms. He sure had become more active. There are some parts of the redecoration I didn't like, but I still thought it was great, because it made him happy. I found the old furniture outside in the yard.
あれは捨てちゃうの？
まあこの際だと思ってな。後で業者が引き取りに来てくれることになってる。
If there's any furniture you want to save for your hideout, Rena, you better get it over there while you still can. Getting rid of the old furniture means putting an end to my mother. I hated the furniture because it smelled like my mother, and I tried to break everything once. I understand why my father wants to take this opportunity to get rid of them. But for some reason, this new living room makes me feel like I no longer belonged here. My father didn't choose the new furniture. Rina-san probably did. Most likely, my father and Rina-san decided to redecorate the living room and went to a furniture store to buy everything. I tried to think positively. The reason why my father didn't tell me about the redecoration was because he wanted to surprise me. No. My father never really considers things that deeply. So, I suppose he didn't tell me because he just didn't think he needed to tell me. I hope you're wrong about that because, frankly, that would suck. I'm sure he didn't redecorate the living room to make me feel like I was no longer welcome. Don't be negative, Rena. My father didn't have any bad intentions. He doesn't want to get rid of me. He doesn't think I'm the reason he can't get remarried. And yet, why did I feel sad looking at the old furniture in the yard? Why did I feel like I didn't belong? I realized the reason right away. That reason was me. To him, wanting to have a fresh start by getting rid of the things that reminded him my mother might be an indication of his unconscious desire to get rid of her daughter. Look, I guess I can understand everything else you've said up until now, why you'd think that way, but we don't know for sure if he actually has even so much as an inclination towards this kind of thought process towards you. Like, again, I'm trying to give this guy the benefit, your father, the benefit of the doubt here. I'm trying to, like you, try to think of this positively. But, I mean, well, at the same time, I can't exactly... I mean, I can't exactly... I do understand why at least a part of you would think this way. Believe me. My father doesn't really consider things deeply, so he might not be thinking that I'm the reason he can't get remarried. But he understands that we can't get remarried while we live together. By staying with him, I'm torturing my father. It was my fault that he had to get a divorce. I will keep saying this until the end of freaking time if I have to, Rena, but it's not your fault. That's why I have to support him, to help recapture his happiness. I couldn't just keep him all to myself. I'd have to start thinking about living on my own. I don't need to go to university. I should think about getting a job. But who would hire an uneducated girl like me? Even if somebody did hire me, I wouldn't be able to earn enough money to live on my own. Maybe I should think about working at a hostess club, like Rina-san does. Well, there's two other options you can consider, I guess. Number one, find a roommate somewhere, or number two, although I guess at least in some ways it's kind of the same thing at the end of it, marry somebody? You know, so two people, so you and your significant other can chip in together. regardless of what level of education you both have. Either way, I mean, just finding a roommate of some stripe or another, I think would at least help. If you can't find a good job. People only choose the jobs they can. A girl like me doesn't have a lot of choices. Not a lot of companies would hire me or pay the amount of money that I need to live on my own. But, come to think of it, where is the place where I belong? Don't say the hideout. Whenever I ended up feeling like this, I missed my secret hideout in the trash piles. You don't belong with the trash, Rena. I know it's not what you're literally saying, but yeah. I love to get under my blanket and feel the warmth on a cold night. The hideout gets hot and humid during the day and very cold at night. It's not a comfortable place to spend time in, but it might be the place where I can relax the most. More than I can at my house. No. I shouldn't think like this. I shouldn't think that my house has been invaded by Rina-san. I should thank her for making my father happy. Rina-san isn't trying to kick me out of the house. She's trying to get along with me. But I'm not opening my heart to her. I'm the bad one. I'm the bad one. You're not the bad one. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Satoshi-kun and his aunt didn't get along at all, and she abused him for a long time. Compared to him, my situation is a lot easier. Satoko-chan and Rika-chan lost their parents, and they live together now. They've been through very hard times. On the other hand, I still live with my father. I should feel blessed. Rena, just because all your friends have had very rough times compared to what you're going through right now does not automatically invalidate the rough times you've been through. It doesn't invalidate how you feel about current developments in your life right now, or what happened before. You have every right to feel. You have every right to feel however you want to feel about what's going on with you right now, regardless of what your friends have gone through or are currently going through. Your feelings matter. I shouldn't think I'm unhappy just because of these things. I am happy. I am blessed. The trouble with me is that I still can't admit that I'm happy. No, the problem is you can't admit that you're sad. My father kept talking proudly about the redecoration. I nodded at him with a big smile and let him keep at it.
そうだ、いけない。レイナ、すまないんだが、ちょっとお使いを頼めないか？
お使い？うん、いいよ。
お父さんな、ジャケットを2着ほど洋服屋さんに取り寄せさせてるんだ。それがな、今日届くらしいんだ。ちょっとお父さんは回収業者さんを手伝わなきゃならないから、レーナが代わりに取ってきてくれないか？
うん、いいよ。お店を教えて。どんなジャケットを取り寄せたんだろう。楽しみ。
No matter what they look like, I'm sure Rina-san picked them out for him. Although I don't mind going. I'd rather go to the store than listen to his stories about the redecoration of our living room. I got the receipt, asked him where the store is, changed my clothes, and left the house. I started pedaling my bicycle and looked at the old furniture in the yard for the last time. They used to be the object of my hatred, but for some reason, they now made me feel sentimental. because not every memory associated with that furniture is a bad one. Right, Rena? I know how you feel. Is it because I still regret the loss of my mother, even though I hate her? I couldn't let poisonous emotions take over my heart. I understood that in my mind, but I just couldn't get rid of that feeling. The old furniture wasn't the only stuff that was kicked out of the house. There was also a lot of junk that I brought home from the landfill. My father was probably going to throw that away too. Rescue Colonel Sanders! He doesn't like the junk I collect. He'll probably let the delivery company take it all together with the old furniture. Just like an animal that rubs its scent on its home in order to feel secure, I collected all the junk in order to make sure that I could stay here. No, that's not it. I wanted to bring them to my house because they were abandoned by their former owners. And they needed a place to live. I really was not expecting to feel this depressed early on into a new chapter in Higurashi. To be honest, it kind of makes me dread what the last two chapters of the main story is going to be like. The store where my father ordered the jacket from is a fancy boutique. It's hard to believe my father would shop at a store like this on his own. I could tell right away that Rina-san took him here. I handed over his receipt to the cashier. A short time later, the store manager came out wearing a perplexed look.
龍宮様、大変申し訳ございません。実は入荷のトラックが高速で事故渋滞に巻き込まれているようでございまして、おそらくはもうじき到着すると思うのですが。
He said that the driver called a while ago. Told him he just got off the highway and would be there in about an hour. Well, if you want to look at this as a positive, Rena, that's one less hour that you have to that's one more hour that you can spend away from home. I didn't need to know all the details, but he explained them to me anyway. I asked him if I should come back tomorrow. He insisted that I should wait because the truck would be coming shortly, and he urged me to take a seat on their sofa. But I didn't really feel comfortable with waiting there, so I told him I'd be back soon and left the store. I wonder if there are any fast food restaurants nearby. Well, there's Angel Mort. I might have to go all the way back to the station. I looked around and found a coffee house. The glass on the door was black, so I couldn't see inside. But there was a poster saying the price for a cup of tea is lower than normal for women on weekdays. I'd just be going to get a cup of tea to kill some time. It should be okay. So, if I were to walk in there dressed in a tutu, say I was a lady, could I get some cheaper tea too? But still, I hesitated to go inside before opening the door. Her first impression of the coffee house was a smell of cigarettes. Wait, this is new colored text. It's not solid white. I think there's a shade of green to it. It's normal for coffee houses to be filled with cigarette smoke. It's like a requirement. I'm going to just take a wild guess and assume that I'm now looking at things from either Uushi's perspective or Rina. Because, well, Ushi smokes last I checked. And I know that Rina smokes, so it's got to be one of those two. but Rena still regretted her decision. Oh, wait a minute, this is still Rena. Just while she was thinking about leaving, the proprietor spoke to her brusquely and showed her to a table. I don't think I even said that word right. Rena gave up on the idea of leaving and sat down. The atmosphere in the shop was far from a clean, normal coffee house, where you would go to simply enjoy coffee and cigarettes. It was more like a place where vulgar people would hang around. I wonder if those biker dudes are nearby. Now, Rena, if there are a row of motorcycles lined up anywhere, I implore you, whatever you do, don't walk up to them and kick them down. Rena didn't feel comfortable at all, but what bothered her most was the laughter of a man and a woman sitting together in the very back of the shop. Her table was behind a planter, so depending on how one looked at it, one could say she was in a spot most protected from their laughter. But Rena looked as though she wanted to leave as soon as she finished her tea. The bell hanging from the entrance door rang, letting her know a customer just came in. It was a little surprising for her that a coffee shop like this could draw in so many customers. Rena peeked at the newcomers from behind the planter. There were two of them. They looked like vulgar men, the kind of people you don't want to get involved with the instant you saw them. The proprietor showed them to a table, but they ignored him and walked towards the back. They walked up to the couple who had been laughing loudly and greeted them with a bow. Sonozakis?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting to see you here, Uncle.
やっと来よったんか。まあ座れや。
The couple stopped laughing, and the man told the newcomers to sit down in a threatening tone of voice. Wait a minute. You have a mistress. Are you with your mistress right now? As instructed, the two of them took a seat.
で、どういうことだ。
すんまへん。なんとかその。
ごたくはええねポケ。とっととうなるもんさらさんかい。
The two of them looked at each other before they each took an envelope out of their pockets and put it on the table. The man roughly grabbed the two envelopes and tore one of them open. Inside, there were many wrinkled 10,000 yen bills bound into a bundle with a rubber band. Interesting. What is the source of these bills, if you don't mind my asking? He opened the other one to make sure it also had cash in it, and then threw it to the woman.
おい、数えんね。
ちょっと、私に命令しないでくれる？
Oh, man. Rena? Don't tell me. You're this guy's mistress? Holy fucking shit. Well, number one, we finally found out who the mistress is, and number two, you are basically seeing two men. This asshole and Rena's father. What? Holy shit. Oh dear. Oh dear, I just now realized something else. Rena knows who Satoko's uncle is, yes? So, the minute that she sees these two together, oh dear. I can't imagine anything good is going to come of this. At all. Oh, fuck.
もともと私の金なんだから。
じゃがましい。黙って数えんなええんねん。
The man yelled at the woman. She licked her thumb, looking annoyed, and started counting the cash expertly. The two newcomers hung their heads while she counted. lighting a cigarette. The man waited for her to finish counting.
はいよ、全部あるわよ。
The woman said that after flicking through the last bill. The newcomers looked relieved. The man, however, didn't look satisfied as he stared at the bundle of bills the woman was holding.
いつこそれいくらあった？
ん？全部って言ったわよ。
全部っていくらかっちゅって聞いとんねん。
You suspecting that she's skimming off the top?
だから、私が貸した金全部だって言ってるでしょ。
バゲが。利子はついとるか聞いとるんねん。
The man and Ritsuko yelled at each other. Even though they were making all that noise, the other customers acted like they didn't hear anything.
おい兄さん方、200万ビッタンこっきゃないね。
2 million yen.
どういうこっちゃ。
The two of them were trying to find some excuses to make. It seemed like this behavior had touched the man's nerves, as he started looking furious.
おら！黙っとったらわからんがな。
His angry voice echoed through the shop. He hit the table hard and dropped a glass on the floor. The noise thickened the tension in the atmosphere.
すんまへん。
すまんで済んだら警察はいらんちゅうねん。ごしとら出るとこ出ても一個に構わんでんの。
それはどうかご勘弁ください。
The two newcomers must have been in an extremely vulnerable position. They bowed so deeply that their foreheads almost touched the table.
それを勘弁したるって今日呼んだんねん。それがどういうけじめのつけ方な。あ？
すんまへん、エロすんまへん。
While you could pity them, the newcomers looked as vulgar as a man threatening them, making it hard to decide whether you should feel sorry for them or not. After a while, Ritsuko opened her mouth as if to offer them help.
てっちゃん、すごんじゃかわいそうでしょ。ごめんね、うちの人銭絡むとすぐトサカに来ちゃう人で。
I can't be the only one who thinks that Teppei looks like he has an IQ of 20, right?
銭絡むと余計だね。お前にあやつけよったんから本気になっとんよ、おら。
もうバカなこと言っても何にも出ないわよ。
The man pulled Ritsuko roughly into his arms, and frantically kissed her lips without caring about the other customers. Their kiss wasn't like the lovely ones that normal couples would share. It looked obscene instead. He let her lips go to take a breath, kissed them again, and repeated that for a while. No shame whatsoever. It's kind of admirable in a way, not gonna lie. After a while, he finally got bored of kissing and let her go.
うちの人は私のことになるとすぐ頭に血が上っちゃうのよね。
I'm pretty sure he gets mad about a lot of things in general. You just... I'm sorry, but I'm just still anxiously waiting to see how this all plays out here, considering this massive bombshell that this whole thing represents on several different levels.
困ったもんなのよ。
ああ、そうよ。こいつと俺はいわば一心同体ね。この女に泥塗り腐るやつは俺に塗ったんと同じやんな。血祭りじゃすまんね
いつぞやかのほらあいつあれ表連れてってからどうしたんだったっけ。
Okay, so you are perfectly fine with this asshole just roughing people up, something fierce and all that, and I'm willing to bet that you're involved with some pretty illegal shit too, maybe, given given the wads of cash and everything, and this rather underhanded way of delivering them to you. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. Something about this whole thing just stinks, you know? Either way, my opinion of you is starting to, worsen, Rena.
あんバカが表へ出るとか抜かしょんからかかとくれてやったわ。野郎空手やるとか抜かしおるからどの程度か思うたん。ちょっとしばいたら即土下座やん。拍子抜けしたからズボン脱がせてそいつでこの表の歩道を磨かせてやったわ。
Oh, if that's all you did, then I guess it's not too bad. Okay, I'm just kidding. But seriously. Good lord.
俺町の役に立っとんねん。
If you really want to help society, you could go jump off the nearest 10-story skyscraper.
お役所に表彰してもらいたいんわ。
やだ、そんなことさせたの？あんたって時々容赦がないのよね。
And yet, you have no problem smacking lips with this gross individual. What does that say about you, Rena? They started laughing loudly like they were doing earlier. Their laughter obviously intimidated their companions.
ねえあんたたち。てっちゃん、今日はね、すっごく機嫌がいいの。
If this is him in a good mood, then what is he like when he's in a straight up bad one? Actually, on second thought, I think I might have an idea of that already, given Satoko. But still.
普段だったら銭が足りんって騒ぎ出して、今頃あんたたちすっぱだかにされて玉子川に叩き込まれてるわよ。
すまへん、すまへん。
You sure like stripping people naked, don't you, Teppei? You're a real kinky man, ain't you?
まあ、利子は忘れたちゅうたかて、かっちり期日までに額を揃えたんだきゃ感心さな。そこいらへん評価したってもええんで。
それでね、てっちゃんの利子ちょいとあんまりだと思ったのよ。今日だから5本で済むけど、すぐに売買ゲームになっちゃうでしょ。そしたらあんたたちすぐに逆立ちしても払えなくなっちゃうわよ。でね、私あんたたちにいい話があんの。てっちゃん、悪いけどあんたちょっと席を外してちょうだい。
しょうがねえな。
The man left the table with a grin and headed for the bathroom. He was far too amenable to that request, as if they planned for him to leave the table at that moment. Ritsuko made sure he was in the bathroom, then took some papers out of her bag and spread them on the table.
あんたたちも若いんだから、あんなヤクザに絡まれて一生を不意にしたくないでしょ。だからね、てっちゃんの利子は今日きっちり払っちゃいなさい。そうすればあんたたちはとりあえずあいつとは縁を切れるわけなんだから。
そりゃそうですけど、でも50万なんてこれ以上もう払えないっす。
Well, maybe not through conventional means.
まあそうよね。200万だって相当精一杯集めたんでしょ。さらに50万も工面できるあてなんてないでしょう。
They must have done their very best to collect even the money they brought today. So, it must be impossible for them to collect even a dime from anybody now. They hung their heads and told her that.
でね、ほら、気を利かせて私が書いてきてあげたのよ。
The guys looked at the paper on the table and muttered under their breaths.
担保も連帯もいらないんで、ちょいと利率はあれだけど。
Collateral or joint guarantor for this. What are you asking them for? Their organs or something?
これなら即50万積んでくれるわよ。それにさ、 この利率でもてっちゃんの利率よりははるかにマシだと思うんだけど、どう思うかしら。
It would be easy for anyone to guess what Ritsuko was trying to force them to do.
これにサインしたのを見せれば彼も男気を感じて勘弁してくれると思うわね。どうする？あ、万年筆使うなら置いとくわよ。
They read the small print on the documents and were stunned by the outrageous interest rate. Ritsuko didn't force them to do anything. She just looked out the window and smoked her cigarette. After a while, the man returned from the bathroom.
おう、話はついたか?
They looked at him, steeled themselves, and took the pen.
てっちゃんの利子借金で一括返済するって。
Constant cycle of debt. Jesus Christ.
おうおう、関心なワーコードだね。
So you literally keep yourself rich by keeping other people in debt. You are a real class act, aren't you?
男は背負うもんがなくちゃあかんね。
That's very fucking rich coming from you, since you get to enjoy your very comfortable lifestyle, due to everyone else putting themselves through absolutely heinous burdens for you. Fucking leech. They must have planned this from the very beginning. The man and Ritsuko got what they wanted, and grinned at each other. There were many things to fill out in the documents, and it was taking them a long time. The man and Ritsuko, already knowing that, started talking amongst themselves.
リツコ、お前のひなみ沢の旦那の調子はどうなんね?
And you know? Oh shit. Rina's father is another part of this scheme, isn't he? You're using him.
ん？旦那なんてよしてよね。
どうなんよ。だいぶ銭持っとんと聞かされてるん。どのぐらい絞れそうなんよ。
そうそう、それがさ、すっごいのよ。別れた奥さんがだいぶ慰謝料をくれたらしいってのは聞いてたのよ。でもね、それが本当にすっげえあるらしいのよね。
かなりってどのぐらいねん？
銀行に5000万くらい持ってるわよ。あぶく銭なわけだしね。もう気前がいいのなんのって。
So your whole role here is to essentially be a gold digger. Yeah, my opinion of you has now gone straight into the fucking gutter now, Rena.
なんでそれ? で、どの辺まで行けそうなんね?
私にだいぶお熱みたいだからね。だって私が言えば何でも買うのよ。何でも。あんたみたいなドケチとは大違いよね。私も本気になっちゃおうかしら。
抜かせボケ。俺以上の男が他にいるか。
もうこんなところでよしてよ。もう
で、そのひなみ沢の旦那にどう持ってくつもりなんよ。
あんたを出しに手切れ金がいるって方向で持ってくつもりなのよ。
なんぼふっかけるつもりね。
そりゃ。
What I find interesting about this, though, is, given what I know from the question arcs, she ends up leaving this guy when he least expects it. So I'm just wondering, is Rena just playing Teppei here for a fool too? Like, yeah, I mean, she has to be. She's just basically screwing around with everybody around her right now in order to advance herself. That's kind of the impression I'm getting here, given what I'm seeing here now and what I remember from the question arcs. Once again, a real class act is what I'm witnessing right now. You are a real piece of shit.
つっけづけ恐ろしい女じゃんねえ。エキストラがいるときは呼んでな。俺も大暴れしちゃるんで。
すみません。書きました。
ああ。じゃ、それ持ってローン行こうか。律子、会計頼むね。
The man pat them on their shoulders and then walked to the door. Another person was just about to enter, and they nearly ran into each other. The man probably wouldn't make way for the person, considering his personality. But when he knows who that person was, he stepped aside. Kasai? The person looked as vulgar as all the other men. He was wearing a black suit with sunglasses on. He wasn't that big, but his stern look was very intimidating. It was clear at a glance that he was a gangster, and a professional one at that. The man who was behaving badly earlier looked a little nervous in front of him. As Ritsuko finished paying the check, she noticed the man in the suit.
総支配人。どうもおはようございます。
The man in the suit said nothing. He just raised his chin as if saying fuck off. A very appropriate response. Ritsuko and the others bowed to him and left the shop in a hurry. The proprietor noticed the man in the suit, also greeting him with a bow. Who could he have been? He appeared sedate compared to the other men, but he must be dangerous, because he made even them step aside. Everybody in the shop thought the same thing, and tried not to look at him. The man in the suit looked around, and found the menu on the wall. The proprietor walked up to him hesitantly.
Master.
はい。何か部長報がございましたでしょうか。
この日替わりデザートのスイートなんとかというのは今日はやっているのか。
Shion must be in the mood for some sweets, isn't she?
は？いえ、本当は今日はやってないんですが、どうしてもとおっしゃるんでしたら特別にご用意を。
無理なら無理と言ってくれればいい。出直す。
ほら、葛西。
Speak of the devil.
特別にご用意って言ってくれてるじゃないですか。ここまで来てみっともない。
The girl seemed to be the only one who couldn't read the heavy atmosphere in the shop, and she came in laughing cheerfully. It was Mion Sonozaki's twin sister, Shion. Shion pushed Kasai into the store while he hesitated. She looked at a girl who was sitting down and stopped in her tracks.
あれ？やっぱりそうだ。ハロローン。
Hello, Shion.
レナさんじゃないですか。こんにちは。
Well, given what I've probably overheard from start to finish, I can't imagine not very great. At all.
しーちゃん？
こんなとこで会うなんてびっくりです。あれ？お一人？ひょっとして誰かと待ち合わせ？お姉かな？いやいや、ひょっとしてケイちゃんかな？
しーちゃん、その連れの人は？ん？
葛西のこと？まあ、私のボディーガードとか思っといてください。命の危険が迫ったら葛西が守ってくれるんだよね。
それがお望みでしたら命に代えてでも。
うわー、葛西、あと20も若かったらやばいかもだね。顔は怖いけど面白いやつです。こちらはね、 竜宮レナさん、お姉のお友達。
葛西です。よろしく。
葛西さん、さっきすれ違った人たちは知り合いですか？
Kasai nodded, indicating that he was familiar with them.
誰？私は全然あんなの見たことないけど。
男は北条哲平。ちょいと礼儀知らずのろくでなしです。
Shion seemed to know who he was once she heard the name Hojo.
女の人の方は？
間宮里奈。源氏名だと思いました。確か律子って名前だったかと。フラワーロードの店の一つで働いてる従業員です。
葛西さん、リナさんとその北条さんはどういう人たちなんですか？とても仲が良さそうに見えました。
北条は確かリナとは深い仲かと。たちの悪い連中ですので、関わり合いになられない方がいいと思います。
どうたちが悪いんですか？
You just overheard, Rena. They're very bad. They're very bad. They're scum. Rena pressed him for the answer, and Kasai seemed to back down a little from that pressure.
女の私生活には触れないのが仁義ってもんです。
どうたちが悪いんですか？
それはご勘弁を。
どうたちが悪いんですか？
Rena kept asking the same question until she got an answer. Shion sensed how desperate Rena was and cut into the conversation.
葛西、意地悪しないで教えてあげなさいよ。興味本位で聞いてるわけじゃなさそうだしさ。ね、レナさん。
There was tension developing between Rena and Kasai. Shion seemed to be the only one who couldn't read the mood. Her thoughts are probably towards a certain blonde boy right now. That's probably why. Kasai finally opened his mouth.
あの二人はたちの悪いろくでなしどもです。恐喝と博打で生計を立ててると聞いています。詐欺行為もやるって話で。
詐欺ってどんな？
あいつらの詐欺ってのは、まあ何？結婚詐欺ってやつですか？要するに、男の人に言い寄っていい感じになったところで相棒の男が乱入して俺の女に何しやがるって金を巻き上げる古典的恐喝です。
And given what little I know about how seriously marriage is taken in Japanese culture, that's a pretty nasty situation that you could find yourself in if you are, the guy in question in a scheme like this. Holy shit.
散々貢がされた挙句、根こそぎ巻き上げようっていうクズどもです。最近でかい相手を引っ掛けたらしいと噂になっています。
じゃあそりゃあどちら様か存じないけど気の毒なことで。でもまあ鼻の下を伸ばした代償なわけだし自業自得。
そんな言い方はないもんです。男は時にコロッと女に騙されちまうもんですよ。
ほう。
And Rena just left.
何それ、葛西をコロッと騙した女って誰？マスター、デザートは私と葛西とあとレナさんでって。あれ？
今お帰りになりましたよ。
Rena was already gone. The door, which had just closed, looked as if it was the only thing that knew where she went. Ask the door. The door knows all. Okay, so you're in a very deep situation right now, Rena. Right smack in the middle of a boiling pot of water. I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna try to tell your father about this, probably right with Rena, right in the same room, in order to try to basically get your father to break up this woman before it's too late. But I know how this stuff. I've seen my fair share of situations in fiction like this to know that it's not going to play out that way. In fact, the exact opposite's going to likely happen. All you're going to do is end up pissing off your father, and you're going to bring out the nasty side of the vampire lady in this question, and she's going to make it very freaking clear that one wrong move more from you, and bad shit will happen to you, and probably your daddy too. So, what can you do in this situation? Can't exactly go to the cops without any kind of evidence of fraud, of any evidence of an actual crime taking place, so that's kind of out of the question. Mion! Go to Mion. She's the future head of the Sonozaki family, and, well, as we just witnessed, Teppei and Rina both have dealings with the Sonozaki family and the Yakuza gangs associated with it, clearly. So, maybe see if you can use some Sonozaki influence to help help yourselves out a bit? Try to get yourselves out of this sticky situation? Food for thought. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of right now that might actually help. When I got home, the door was locked. I used my key to get in, and I found a note in the living room. Something's come up, so I have to go. I'm going to eat out tonight, is what the note said, and let me guess. Rena is enacting her trap now, and, well, setting up a situation where you're going to get caught by the angry boyfriend, and, well, goddamn, man. Oh, man. This is not going to end well. This wasn't the first time he'd done something like this. Each time, he told me he had to go to Okinomiya for something. But I knew the real reason, because I heard him talking on the phone once. Rina-san must have had some free time between jobs and asked him out to have dinner together. I heaved a sigh, looked at the new living room I hated, and went to my room. I went back over what I just heard at the coffee house. I tried to rationalize the meaning of her actions there. Maybe she had to pretend to be a bad person because she was being threatened by the man. Yeah, no, I do not think that's what's going on here. But even after the man she called Tae-chan left the table, she continued to threaten the guys and push them into signing the loan contract immediately. If she was threatened to play along the man, she wouldn't have done that. If she was pretending to be a bad person, she could have shown a little bit of mercy or sympathy when he left her alone with them. It's like holding water in a bowl you made with your hands. No matter how sturdy you made the bowl, water would leak from your fingers. Mercy and sympathy leak out from you. But nothing, not even a drop of water, leaked from Rina-san. Her hands weren't even moist. They were all dried up. There was no water that could leak through those hands. Rina-san was threatening those guys as much as the man was. Neither was leading the other along. They were doing it together. That was it. I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking she might be leading him along. She might be leading both him and your father along. That was it. Rina-sen is a bad person. My brain cells accepted the idea of applause. After all, I always hated Rina-san. I just couldn't accept the feeling because my father liked her. But at that moment, I could finally accept it. She's a bad person, just like my mother. She's an existence that will ruin everything and destroy my father's happiness just by being with him. But I wonder if my father would understand that Rina-san is a bad person if I told him so. My father likes her so much that he would jump over a cliff if she asked him to. He thinks everything she does or says is great, and he interprets everything about her in a positive way. Is this incident gonna trigger an infection in you, like with the others? Because this whole event right now would be distressing enough to warrant it. Honestly, I could see that. I could see it probably having that much of an effect on you, and God help us all if that's what happens. He protects her and praises her without her asking him to. Or actually, God help Rena. I'm not a kid anymore. I understand how a woman can tame a man. It's different from love. Love is about trying to build a relationship. Taming is just a way of satisfying the lust to dominate. She's just trying to make him into her slave. Women can deceive men. Even my father. They can use dirty methods to ensnare men, like they're following a manual. It's the weak point all men are born with. Even with a strong will, they can't resist it. That's why we hate those women who exploit that weak point to deceive men. That's why I couldn't bring myself to like Rina-san. For the sake of argument, let's assume I acknowledged an unreciprocated love like that. But that would only be as long as it was love. If it wasn't love, if it was just a method to threaten and squeeze money out of him, I would never forgive her. I remember their conversation at the coffee house. Rina-san said my father is a big spender. In fact, I think he spends more money without hesitation than before he met Rina-san. I was happy they started regaining interest in going out into the world again. But now I don't know whether I should be happy or not. He controls the money of the Ryugu family overall. But since I do the grocery shopping, he often gives me his bank book so I can withdraw money. Because of that, I know where he keeps his bank book, his personal seal, and other important stuff. They're in one of his drawers, which he usually locks. I know where he hides the key, and I know the combination of the cash box inside the drawer. He might be coming back soon, so I felt a little nervous. But I had to make sure. I opened the cash box, which had some bank books, personal seals, stamps, and unused postcards. I removed everything from the cash box to get at the bank books. Then, I found something new. On the bottom of the box, there was a bundle of new 10,000 yen bills. Oh, fuck. She can get into the box. Rena can get into the box. Its thickness wasn't something I could ignore. There was also a paper wrapper that looked like it had been bundling the bills. The wrapper had a stamp that said it was a bundle of 1,000,000 yen. He usually kept some cash at home because it was troublesome to go to the bank every time he needed money, but it was usually around 100,000 to 20,000 yen at most. He's never kept such a big amount of money at home before, because he knows it's unsafe. The extraordinary amount of 10,000 yen bills was abnormally intimidating. I tried to open the bank book, but my fingers got numb all of a sudden. Part of me was trying to deny the things I heard at the coffee house. It wasn't because I wanted to defend my father, or even Rina-san. It was because I didn't want to believe my father was the husband in Hinamizawa the blackmailers were talking about. I opened the bank book. The last time I saw it was about 2 or 3 months ago. It shows countless withdrawals since that day. I probably wouldn't normally understand what those numbers meant. But I felt in that moment as if the 10 different digits were speaking to me. They were a series of cruel digits. It starts with some understandable expenses that I assume represent dinners or something. But then the amount of money starts to become nice round numbers, like a 5 or a 10. I can tell by looking at the dates he withdrew money that he wanted to have a certain amount of cash on hand when he went out with Rina-san. Among those expenses, a big number appeared all of a sudden. It was too much money to spend on a date. Hundreds of thousands of yen. Okay, never mind. I thought that was just the cash that Rena got earlier. That wad of cash. I looked at the date of the withdrawal and traced it back in my memory. I remembered. Around that time, Rina-san was talking about moving into a new apartment. I know the market rate of rental apartments in Okinomiya. You need to put down 2 safety deposits and 2 payments of key money in order to rent an apartment. That amount of withdrawal sounded reasonable now. He paid the whole down payment for her new apartment. Yep. I think I see with the scheme now. Get your father to pay for her new apartment, and then once she squeezes as much cash out of both him and Teppei as she can, she runs with it to this new apartment, leaving both men unaware as to where she went. Or maybe, well, no, your father would know. But if he would know, if that indeed happens, what the hell is gonna happen? What the hell is your father gonna do? Chase after her? What would happen then? I really do not like where this is going at all. After that, big numbers appeared one after another. I could tell they were for congratulatory gifts for her new apartment or something. The numbers got bigger and bigger. It looked at first he was withdrawing only the amount of money he needed, but then he started withdrawing big amounts all at once because he knew he was going to use it someday anyway. The change only meant one thing. He lost his sense of the value of money. The balance kept going down, and I started feeling anxious about what's going to happen if he continued spending money like that. But then, I saw a deposit of a big amount of money into the account. Where did that money come from? There was only one thing I could think of. Rina. I opened the other bank book. It was easy, like a puzzle for kids. It was like playing with an easy jigsaw puzzle that comes with huge pieces that you don't even have to put together to see what the whole picture looks like. My father was using money from his time deposits. Never mind. In other words, the settlement my mother paid my father when she divorced him. To him, it's cursed money. I'd understand if he wanted to use it to get a new love. Cursed love in this case. But that was just an excuse to use the money from his time deposits. Money is money. Even though it's his divorce alimony, it's still important money for our future. Even though it's cursed money to him, that doesn't mean he can waste it. Big expenses start appearing one after another. There are many expenses, upwards of six digits. How much money has he spent? For some reason, I could immediately tell they were for buying electric appliances and furniture. He must have been buying everything she asked him to. If, from the beginning, Rina-san was only seen to check if he could end up being a big catch, she must have been trying to find out how much money she could squeeze out of him. And my father bought her anything she wanted, no matter how expensive it was. So, she probably thinks of him as the perfect catch now. Undoubtedly so. The numbers in the bank book told me so. The simple numbers and dates on the bank book had started talking to me. Around the time he started withdrawing big amounts of money, Rina-san started coming to the house more often, and she also started spending the night. To Rina-san, my father was at first just a guy who spends big money, but around that time, she landed her big catch. My father used to refer to her as my friend Inoki no Miya at first, but he started referring to her as Rina-san around that time. This is partially his fault. But he was betrayed by his beloved wife, and he was feeling hurt and down for a long time. It's also partially my fault. That's why I didn't want to blame him. It's not your fault. And he's not that good looking either. There's no way he is immune to women. He must not have been able to resist an attractive lady who aggressively approached him when he was feeling down. He's crazy about Rina-san, and he can see nothing other than her. I can't blame him, because Rina-san trained him to be that way. I put the bank books and the other things back into the cash box. This cash box is just like my father's heart, and it's bleeding dry. Rina-san is eating up the contents. What should I do? Me on. Think, Rena Ryugu. Should I tell him about Rina-san's scheme? No, that probably won't do anything. The whole point of taming an animal is that it won't run away from its owner even when the door is wide open. My father probably won't leave his cage even if I open the door. Should I confront Rina-san about her plot when he's with her? Definitely not a good idea. The results would be the same. Rina-san would run behind his back. He'd probably try to protect her. If she pressed her breasts against his back, he'd protect her no matter what. At least he'll acknowledge how this could likely play out if he did things this way, so give you props for that. I couldn't make this a problem between me and him. First of all, I was trying to get rid of Rina-san for his sake. If we got mad at each other, it would give the advantage to Rina-san. It would be like I was putting myself into her trap. Then, that meant I couldn't make him do anything. If I couldn't make him break up with Rina-san, I'd have to talk to Rina-san directly. That is not a good idea! So, instead of making my father fight, I'd have to fight in his place. Rena, no! She is fucking dangerous. This is not a fight that you should go in unprepared. Get some backup, something. But how? That guy, Kasai-san, who was with Shi-chan today, seemed to know the man Rina-san was with. I wonder if I can somehow meet him again. Good, good. You're thinking. He looked scary, but I was introduced to him as a friend of Mi-chan. Mi-chan has a lot of power around here. Yes, yes! There's no way he would treat me badly. I wondered if he could tell Rina-san and the man to back off from my father. That'd help me a lot. But I didn't know how I could meet him again. I could ask Mi-chan for help, but I don't want her to know about my situation. This isn't the time to be secretive about this stuff. This woman is about to ruin your father and you. This is a problem of the Ryugu family. Only if you keep it that way. This is nobody's business but mine. Yeah, this is a battle I had to fight alone. God damn it, Rena! I regretted my parents' divorce. I wept about the tragedy I could have prevented if I had tried. I wasn't going to weep this time. I wasn't going to let the chance slip away. This time, I would fight for my happiness. Rena, no. Please, go to Mion. Tips unlocked, property estimate. Oh, I can't wait to see what kind of numbers I'm going to see in this. Dear Ritsuko Mamiya-sama, Executive Housing Corporation. Attached estimate. We thank you for your past visits and inquiries to our office. We've included the estimate for the property you inquired about. Basic information. Property name. Palace of Versailles, room 707. Property code. 14M1421. This name sounds familiar. Where have I heard it before? Property type. Modern condominium. Wait, isn't that the place that Shion stays at? Layout. 2LDK. Address. Shishiboni City, Koiwacho, 2 Chome. Transportation. XXX line. Gogura Station, 5 minutes on foot. Cost. 49,800,000 yen. Fucking hell. I'm sure if I converted this to the US dollar, it would take my breath away. Maintenance fee. 20,000 yen. Other. Southeast corner room. Elevator floor. Condominium fitness club membership included. Thank you for your interest in this property. The area around Gogura Station is a prime real estate zone for luxury condominiums. Along with future planned developments, the real estate values in and around the Gogura Station are expected to rise, and this property is not an exception. As a result, many prospective buyers are interested in this property. Hence, we'd like for you to understand that the selection process for this property will be done via lottery. Lottery. Also, we offer celebrity membership preferential treatment, granting highly improved chances through additional lottery entries. A rigged lottery game, huh? Please feel free to inquire with our agents for more details. Executive Housing Corporation. Celebrity Account Manager. Kawabata. It did not take long at all from things to go from 0 to 100 this time around. Did it? Good lord. And we haven't and we're still far and away from the Watanagashi festival. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really anxious to see what's gonna happen next time. I'm scared for Rena, frankly. I just don't see this ending well. 'Cause she's... Please, have second thoughts. Go to Mion. She is the one person in this whole situation that would be the most equipped to help you. It doesn't matter if Mion ends up learning about your situation. What's more important? Keeping your situation in the dark, or making sure that you and your father don't get royally screwed over? Swallow your pride. Oh, man. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and end things here and ponder what kind of battle we're going to find ourselves waltzing into next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 6. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.